Hey guys, this is Kritesh and welcome to TradeWin's YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss few of the most frequently used terms in Indian stock market. But first of all, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. We publish new interesting investing videos every week. Now, I remember the time when I entered the stock market. There were a lot of confusing terms which were repeatedly used like bulls, bears, market capitalization, Sensex, Nifty, IPO, etc. So in this video, we are going to discuss all these terms. Now, I'll be making two videos in this series because we are going to cover a lot of terms. So make sure that you also watch the second part in this series. So let's get started. The first term is share. A share is a part ownership of a company and represent a claim on a company's assets and earnings. So let's say if you own a share of a company, then you are also the owner in the profit of the company and its assets like buildings, patents, copyrights, etc. And as you acquire more stock, your ownership stake in the company becomes greater. For example, Reliance Industry, which is managed by Mukesh Ambani Group, it has around 620 crore shares, and out of 620 crore shares, around 292 crore shares is owned by the promoters and promoter groups, that is by Mr. Mukesh Ambani and his family. Now, if you buy one share of Reliance Industry, then you are 1 by 620th crore owner of a company. Now, this is very less. But however, if you keep on buying more share, let's say from one share you buy 10, 100, 1000, lakhs, then your ownership in the company increases. And obviously, you can see that the promoters, that is Mukesh Ambani Group, they are owning around 292 crores out of 620 crores shares. So they will have around 47-48% stake in a company. But if you can buy more and more share of a company, then your claim in a company will also increase. So basically, a share is a part ownership in a company. Next term is shareholder. So shareholder is an individual, institution or corporation that legally owns one or more shares of a stock in a public or private corporation. For example, I own 20 shares of Hindustan Unilever. So I am a shareholder of HUL, Hindustan Unilever. And similarly, if you buy share of any company, let's say Tata Motors, Maruti Suzuki, SDFC, then you can also become a shareholder of that company. And shareholders have a claim in the company's ownership. So all the people who own the shares of a company are their shareholders. The next term is stock exchange. So just like a vegetable market where buyers and sellers meet to buy and sell vegetables, stock exchange is also a place where the stock buyers connects with sellers to buy and sell stocks. For example, as I said, I own 20 shares of Hindustan Unilever, and if I want to sell those 20 shares, I have to go to a stock exchange, and let's say someone else wants to buy the shares of HUL, so he can connect with me to buy the stocks of HUL over the stock exchange. Now, an important concept to understand here is that in a vegetable market, the market doesn't own the vegetables, and similarly, stock exchange also doesn't own the stocks. The stocks are owned by the investors, that is the sellers, and similarly, after they have sold the stocks, it will be owned by the buyer. Stock exchange doesn't own any share, it is owned by the buyers and sellers and investors. Now, there are two big stock exchanges in India. First is Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE, and second is National Stock Exchange. However, they are not the only two stock exchanges. There are also other stock exchanges like Calcutta Stock Exchange, and overall there are around 17 stock exchanges in India. But two of the most popular ones are BSE and NSE. The next term is initial public offering or IPO. It is also called going public. Now, when a privately listed company offers its shares first time to the public to enter the stock market, it is called IPO. For example, companies like Flipkart or Paytm, they started very small as a startup and now they are growing bigger. And if they want to enter the stock market and sell their stocks to the public, then they have to offer IPO, that is, they have to go public. And there are a lot of reasons why a company offers its IPO. One of the biggest reason is to raise fund. Now, by going to stock market, a company can meet a lot of investors, millions of investors, and this is one of the best ways to sell the shares and get funds. Another reason for going public can be if the company wants to get rid of their debts. For example, let's say initially in order to grow, a company took a lot of debts from bank or other private lenders, and now they want to get rid of those debts, so they can offer shares to the public, get the money from them and get rid of the debts. So there are a number of reasons for a company to go public, but as I said, one of the biggest reason of going public is to raise fund. The next term is primary market, and it is also called new issue market, and it is a market where new shares are issued and public buys shares directly from the company usually through an IPO. So for example, let's say Paytm goes public next year or after 5 years. So it has to go public through primary market, and they have to offer these shares for the first time to the public, and here company gets the amount on the sale. So let's say Paytm sell their 50 lakh shares to the public, so all the money that they get by selling the shares will get in the account of the company. So basically primary market is a new issue market. Besides, let's say the company offers new additional shares in future, so again these new shares will be offered through primary market only. The next term is secondary market. It is a place where formerly issued shares, that is securities, are traded, and security market involves indirect purchasing and selling of shares among investors. So here the company has nothing to do with the secondary market. If a company has sold the shares, then the investors who have bought the share, they can sell and sell the shares among themselves, and the money that you get from selling the shares gets credited in the account of the investors. So basically, once a company offers its shares through IPO, it goes to primary market, and after that it is traded among the investors or public through secondary market, and both these occurs only in the stock exchange. And here in the secondary market, brokers are the intermediaries. So let's next understand what are brokers. A broker or a stockbroker is an individual or organization who is registered member of the stock exchange and are given license to participate in the security markets in the place of clients. So if you want to buy a share, you do not need to go to the stock exchange. And nowadays, using online brokers, you can buy and sell stocks using your mobile within clicks. A few of the famous stockbrokers in India is ICICI Direct, HDFC Securities, Kotak Securities, Zerodha, 5 Paisa, etc. Now, in order to trade in the Indian stock exchange, you need to have a broker. That is, you need to open a brokerage account. The next term is DEMAT account. See, this is again one of the most frequently used term. So DEMAT is the short form of dematerialized account, and it is similar to your bank account. Just as money is kept in your bank saving account, similarly stocks that you have bought are kept in the DEMAT account. In the earlier times, people used to have paper certificates for stocks. So that is, when you buy a stock, you will get a stock certificate. But nowadays, everything is in the dematerialized form, that is electronic form. So whenever you buy a stock, the shares gets credited in your DEMAT account, and whenever you sell the existing stocks, this stock will get debited from your DEMAT account. The next term is trading account. A trading account is a medium to buy and sell shares in stock market. In other words, it is used to place buy and sell orders for a share in the market. So let's say you want to buy shares of Tata Motors. So here you have to specify how many number of shares you want to buy, 10, 100, 1000, and similarly at what price you want to buy, rupees 180, 190, 120, and all these details can be filled using the trading account. So if you want to trade in Indian stocks, you need to have a trading and DEMAT account, and you can open all these accounts with a broker like HDFC Securities or ICICI Direct or any other broker that you prefer. The next term is intraday. Now this is one of the most frequently used term in the Indian stock market. You might also have heard about intraday traders. So when you buy and sell the share on the same day, then it is called intraday trading. So let's say you buy a stock in the morning at 9:30 and sold the stock within 1 hour, let's say at 10:30. So it is called intraday trading. And here shares are not purchased for investing but to get profits by harnessing the movement in the market. So as you might already know that stock prices fluctuate. So let's say a stock is fluctuating, and at 9:30 its price is rupees 100, and at 10:30 its price moves to rupees 102. So if you buy a stock at rupees 100 and sell at rupees 102, so you can make a profit of rupees 2 just within 1 hour. So that's what intraday traders do. They buy a stock and sell the stock in the same trading session, that is the same day. They do not hold the stock for long term. Next is delivery. When you buy a stock and hold it for more than 1 day, it is called delivery. Now it doesn't matter whether you sell the stock tomorrow, after 1 week, 6 months, or after 5 years. If you hold a stock for more than 1 day, then it is called delivery. So two of the most popular type of trading is intraday trading and delivery trading. For the long-term investors like us who invest for the long time, we are delivery traders. The next term is bull market. So this term is used to describe the scenario of a market. A bull market is when the share prices are rising and the public are optimistic that the share prices will continue to rise. So for example, let's say a company's price is continuously rising for last 4-5 months. So you can say that that stock is in bull phase or bull market. So as we discussed, this is a scenario in the market, and when the people are optimistic, everything is doing good, economy is good, doing better, and stock prices keep on rising, then this scenario is called bull market. On the contrary, when the share prices are falling and the public are pessimistic about the stock market, then it is called bear market. For example, if the price of a specific company is continuously declining for the last 3-4 months, then it can be said as a bear market. Now here the people are fearful and thinks that the market will continue to fall, and hence they start selling their stocks. However, an important point to mention here is that no market can last forever. Bulls and bears are part of a market, and a bull is always followed by a bear, and a bear market is always followed by a bull market. So that's all for this video. I hope it was useful to you. To know about more terms used in Indian stock market, click the link in the description to see the part 2 of this video. That's all. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and this is Kritish signing off.